All right, this is an overview of assignment 8, bombs away. And so in this assignment, you're going to gain a lot of practice using the Java ArrayList collection. And you're going to be implementing a game that's sort of inspired by the classic video game Missile Command. And we can look through the page later. Shall I run? I'll run my solution. It has the main class, the main game class is bombs away, and it doesn't take any command line arguments. And bombs fall from the sky, and then as I can move the mouse around, wherever I click the mouse, it draws a laser. And what I can do is I can try and destroy these things before they hit the ground. I don't think I'm going to make it that time. Okay. So as soon as any bomb reaches the line y equals 0, then the game is over. So you get points for destroying, you get 1 point for every bomb you destroy. And the bombs just sort of randomly appear at the top, and that's why we need an array list collection. We don't know how many bombs are going to be in play at any particular time, and so bombs are added to the array list as they come, randomly appear at the top of the screen at some location, and then they get removed. Uh-oh, splitter. So that happens sometimes. Some of these bombs will split. Another splitter. Nuke. All right, you also get a nuke. After you successfully destroy 10 in a row, you get a single nuke, and you can press the spacebar and destroy everything, which is handy in circumstances like I just found myself in. And so I can keep going, and eventually I should get another nuke, and when I get a nuke, it appears as a star up there. And all right, and so that's the basics of the game. All right, and so like any kind of so those are the basic features, and you can start by downloading the bombs zip file, and the bombs away is the main class, so it runs the animation loop for your game and detects the key presses and the mouse actions, and it manages the array list that contains the bomb object. So bomb is the thing that represents one of those particular blue guys falling from the sky. All right, and we'll just leave everything at its default size and standard draw. Use the unit box for everything in our game. Bombs have some specifications on how they're created and how they interact, and they start somewhere at the top, so between 0 and 1.0. Okay, they always start at the top. They have a random y velocity, so it's negative because it's always moving down on the screen, and it has a random radius in these ranges, and it has initial integer strength in this range. And so you might want to check out the standard random class that I think is included in the zip file. It has some handy static methods you can call in that library to easily draw things in these ranges. As you saw in my demonstration, sometimes when you shoot a bomb, it's a splitter, and it blows up, and there's a 10% chance it's a splitter, and if it is a splitter, then it forms two little bomblets, and then the bomblets fall down. And here are exactly how you're supposed to create the bomblets. They basically get created off the sort of the left and right sides of the original parent, and then accelerate a little bit so they go a little bit faster, and you've got to shoot them again. And bomblets themselves can't be splitters, so that would just maybe be a little too hard, make the game too hard to play. Other details you can read about the appearance. So you basically should change those bomb colors depending on how many hits they've taken. And intersection is pretty simple. You just look at the mouse coordinate and see if it's in the circle or not. 1 point for every bomb you destroyed, including bombs that are destroyed by a nuke. You get only one nuke at most in your stockpile, and you only get one after destroying 10 consecutive bombs. All right, and once you use a nuke, then you've got to destroy 10 more bombs to get another one. And you can read some of these if you have specific questions of using array lists, and some of the stuff about using the mouse and the keyboard in standard draw. And like any kind of software development project, I mean, you should try and think about how to approach this and try and develop things incrementally. And what I have is I've got a bunch of examples of a particular way you might think about breaking things up. And so here's version sort of 1 of my program, which is not very exciting, but it displays the background image, and it detects my mouse presses and draws the red line from the left-hand corner. And that's all it does. In the second version, okay, it's doing that, and it's randomly creating the bomb objects in the right spot, in the right area, with the right radius, and they fall, but there's nothing you can do about them, and they don't even detect when they hit the ground. They just keep falling, falling like rain. Version 3, alright, I've done this, okay, and I still can't shoot them. So what did I change in version 3? I now detect when one of the bombs hits there, and I make the game end. Version 4, alright, waiting for a bomb to show up. Okay, and now I can destroy bombs. Hooray! Okay, and I better get this one before it hits the ground. Oh, alright, but there's no score, and I don't think there's any bomblets, and there's maybe no nukes. And then version 5, I think I've added, okay, I've added scoring. Let's see if we can find a bomblet. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna. Ooh, got it. That was a close call right there. Okay, yeah. So I haven't implemented nukes yet, and maybe there's a 10% chance each of these is a bomb. That's a splitter. So far, I haven't found any splitters. Well, I don't know. We could go on for a while. I'm having a pretty good game, but you get the idea. So you should think about ways you can. Oh, there's a splitter. Yep. So I have implemented splitters. Okay, and then the final version would be implementing the nuke feature. All right. So have fun.